Hey guys! So, we're going to be looking inside the cart of the Missouri Pacific line. Well, if we did miss it, that is.
We found out they only do tours
in the winter season.
So we're gonna go ask.
Please do not sit on any of the furniture as well.
No furniture sitting, got it.
Don't touch anything.
No furniture sitting. So this is how Harry Potter felt?
I don't know, let's find out. So they said 10,
yeah,
10 at a time.
We're 9 and 10.
No foods and drinks.
I can take you guys. Okay, so welcome to the parlor car. This parlor car was built in 1929. As of 2023, it is about 94 years old. It was gifted to Science Museum, Oklahoma in about 1982, I believe. And so it was actually pushed into the place where it is now. And then the rest of the museum was kind of built around that. As far as day-to-day operations go, this parlor car, back in its operation days, fit about 24 guests on a day trip and 10 guests on a night trip, with there being 4 staterooms, and each stateroom had about 2 beds. So if you're thinking, well, if that's 10 guests, you know, on a night trip, or that the 2 guests sleep right there on that couch. That couch is actually not like what you think of like your 90s pull-out couch would be. It's more of like a bunk bed situation. So that top like headrest area would loft up into a bunk bed, and then legs would drop down to kind of like stabilize that. Any wood that you see here in the parlor car is a wood called Cuban mahogany. It is very gorgeous. Any rosettes or any inlays that you see were all handcrafted specifically and made for this parlor car. As far as staffing goes, there was a cook on staff to help serve the guests, and there was also a porter. A porter back then was like a butler that helped clean and serve the guests of the parlor car into day-to-day operations. Porters, mainly back then, were African-American men. Some famous people that you may know that were porters are Malcolm X and Justice Thurgood Marshall. And then if we're going to make our way into the hallway, please be advised, watch your footing. It is a little bit cramped in here. And then so there's a stateroom right behind me. In each stateroom, like I said, there are 2 beds. And so the way that would work out is that you'll see like a seat, and then a table, and then another seat. That table would be taken out, and the seats would be pushed together to make a bed. And then there's kind of like a rotund area above that may look like it'd be used for a storage and whatnot. It is actually another bed that would be lofted down using a special wrench that the porter would use. So if a guest wanted to use that bunk bed, each time they wanted it to be taken down or put up, they would have to call the porter to be taken down and put up. And throughout the trip, you'll see like little doorbells in the walls of the like the common areas, like this sitting area. You'll find a couple, and in the dining area you'll find a few. Those doorbells were used by passengers to notify the porter if they were in need of anything. And then the ones on the outside of the staterooms were used by the porters to be able to have access to the staterooms. So you guys can go ahead and take a look in the stateroom. Like I said, just please don't touch anything, don't sit on anything. And then just about maybe 2 or 3 people in at a time, because it is a little bit cramped. In the way that you go in is the way that you come out. And I'll leave you guys in the middle of that bathroom.
Wow. Passengers are not allowed to stand on the platform. Huh?
So this becomes...
And I'm guessing that's a bell.
Yeah, it's a bell. You gotta...
And then some more storage. This is a storage, so...
The ones that are blocked off, or the one that's not blocked off is for looking purposes. so as far as the bathroom situation went on the parlor car, if you reserved a bathroom for you and your crew, whoever you're traveling with, your family or whatnot, you would be able to use that private bathroom in your stateroom. But if you did not, and if you're just here on a day trip or if you're sleeping in that common area, I believe, you would use this public bathroom right here. And so in each bathroom, there are actually 4 knobs, one to control the tub, one to control the shower, one for hot and cold water, and then another one that was used, that's marked shampoo. It was not actually used to dispense shampoo. It was used to wash off soap off of your body.
Wow. It's actually a big bath.
There's another stateroom, and then the last stateroom
Shower.
is modeled to make it look like someone is sleeping in there. So you'll see how the bed is put together.
You cannot reverse out. What is that? Cabin.
Sorry, Messina. I don't like to do that.
It's been a good bathroom.
Shower.
Long train ride. Better than like being in a car.
94.
Wait a minute.
Get it? I don't like that.
So that became a bed.
I'm guessing this is a bunk bed because if you look here.
Oh yeah, look at this. Bunk bed.
I'm not sure. I believe it's set up like this all throughout, but we do have people that come in and like clean it. The china and the crystal are not integral to the actual parlor car, so it's not a big deal if we clean them or not, or if we clean them vigorously or not. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, everyone's here. So this is the dining area. This is where the guests would mainly take their meals at, obviously, and so throughout the day, how would you, like if there's 6 chairs at the table, how would, 24 people get their meals? You were assigned a meal time along with, your 5 other people, and that's the way that they would do the meals. And so the porter and the cook would serve the meal about, every 4 times. And so there's that window that's over here. This is the service window. That window is where the cook would prepare the meals 1 plate at a time. Then the porter would grab the plate and then place it in front of the guest. That also doubled as a writing desk. If someone were wanting to send a postcard off to their loved one, they would write the letter off to their loved one, stamp it, post it, everything, and then hand that off to the porter, and then the porter would, at the next stop, send that off to the mail office. And then if you look at this china and crystal cabinet, the crystal would actually be hung up like that, upside down, with a felt piece placed in between each crystal to protect it from any extra noise that might happen during the trip, or of course breakage. And then you'll see on the side of these this china cabinet that there is like notches. Those were used for shelving units. So there would be like a shelf for the bowls, for the teacups, for the plates, and what have you. And of course, back then it would be real china and real crystal. And down here is where the silverware would be. We're about to enter into the service quarters. That's where the service staff would live and do their work as well. Like I said, the porter and the cook. And so you'll see on your left that there is a sign that has rules and regulations of all staff. These are rules indicating cleanliness, kindness, loyalty to the company, and if they do not follow these rules, then they would be kicked off at the next stop and replaced with another staff member. And then, so we'll just convene in the kitchen, but a couple more things about this hallway that are really cool is that there are 2 chairs that are like folded up against the wall, and those were mainly used for the porter and the cook to take down so they could take their meal, take a break, and what have you. And there's also on the right side, on the top right with a bell, that's what I call the paging system. And so the bell would ring, and then there'd be a sign that would pop down to indicate which area that the porter needed to attend to. So take a look inside the hallway, and then we'll meet in the kitchen.
Can you walk in this train? You like moving.
Yeah.
You walk around and the train's driving. trying.
This way, Pablo. Let's go around that way. Ooh.
Looks a lot like a modern kitchen than a 1910s kitchen.
Kind of like in that stateroom thing, it's not back there. So this is the kitchen. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, gee, this is probably awfully modern. Well, this was actually modernized in the 60s and then the 70s again. So unfortunately, there's not a whole lot in this kitchen that's integral to the actual parlor car. But if you would like to imagine with me, all of the surfaces would be stainless steel because that was the easiest way to clean and sterilize everything. And then if you're also thinking, well, where did the porter and where they live, where the service staff live, where they, do their bathroom business and all that stuff. Bed up here. There's a rotund bed that's kind of like the stateroom where they would crank it down and they would take turns sleeping. And then in this corner over here where this U-line fridge is where their bathroom would have been. Now it's kind of gross if you think about it because you got bathroom in the kitchen as well with the bed and you're serving people's, lunch, food, dinner out that window. And then also that cast iron, the bottom of that cast iron stove is integral to the actual parlor car, as is that cold storage right there. There was an ice box on the train, and it's in the back. When we get to the exit, you'll see on your left. There's a top compartment where there was a big block of ice they would have to get at each stop, and they'd have to put that on the top of the ice box with the food underneath that to provide cooling to keep that food nice and fresh for their guests. And then that ice box was also connected to a ventilation system, which would then blow cool air in the warmer months back here to provide air conditioning. So do we have any questions?
How often did they have to restock their food?
Every stop. Every stop they had to restock on coal, food, and ice. Any more questions?
So how much food do they pack?
Just as much for one trip. This parlor car was built by Puller. That was the company that made it, and then it was also part of the Missouri Pacific Railway, which I bet you could look that up. I don't really know the specifics of where it went. But yeah, pretty cool, and we were really proud of our parlor car.
Those ventilation doors?
Mm-hmm, those are the ventilation doors up there.
So this is basically
the rod to...
Yep, to open and close it.
Oh, so this is basically the middle of the museum?
Basically, if you want to think about it that way.
They built around it.
Yeah, they built around it.
That's what got my thinking it was in the middle.
All right, if you excuse me, I'll go ahead and open up the exit for you guys so you can pop a look at that ice box. Oh, I'm so sorry, excuse me.
I wonder if they actually had this type of sink.
He just said they remodeled it on the 60s.
Watch your step as you make your exit. And I hope you enjoyed your tour and have a great rest of your day at Science Museum. Great day, guys. The ice box. That was the ice box.
That's the ice box?
The ice box?
Have a great
In
day.
there.
Have a great day, sir.
Have a great day. Thank you so much.
Pablo, wait. How was it? What you expected?
Also, that smell in there made me want to eat something.
What we're talking about the train though.
It was kind of what I expected, but the kitchen isn't what I really expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.